Welcome to a pretty cool lock that I got from Tallan Pick. Yeah, buddy, thank you very much for this interesting slider lock. It has sliders on both sides. You can see grooves here on the key on both sides. And it has also an active bidding on the top. So there are two spring-loaded pins on the top, therefore these two grooves. Yeah, I want to shine a light in here so we can inspect the inside a little bit closer. You can see the sliders here on the left and on the right. And you can see the pins on the top. Well, now they are on the top from the active bidding on the top. And the sliders are not spring-loaded, so I can move them up and down. They stay where I placed them. Yeah, I had this lock apart before, so I know what's inside. Pretty interesting stuff. But I messed up one spring, so we will see one original and one replacement spring. Yeah, the key shows two lock manufacturers actually. Ezcurra is a Spanish lock manufacturer and SEA is a Swiss company. Looks like the lock itself is SEA 3, and on the other side we see Swiss made. So pretty interesting, well, I don't know, collaboration or so between these two companies. Anyway, let's put it in a vise and see if I can pick it open. Alright, here's the lock clamped in a vise. Key works just perfectly. Yeah, for tensioning the plug I use this homebrew tension wrench that goes on the open side, and I turn the plug to the left. And for picking I use this Sparrows hybrid and also a homebrew pick, which is very thin and shallow. I will just use a regular picking motion like so and like so to pick them up, and also like so to pick them down. I tried with a dimple pick flag, but all picks that I have for dimple locks are too wide, so they stuck a little bit, and yeah, I think I will be able to get this lock open also with the regular picks. So turn it to the left and start with picking the top, which is quite easy. You've seen I touched some pins and the plug turned to the left. Now I take care for the sliders. Yeah, start with this pick, trying to move them all down, and while doing this on the right side the plug turned a little bit already. Another turn on the plug. So now I try to push them up. Another turn on the plug. Although you can access these sliders very nicely, I have not yet developed a good feeling for them. And also, as they are not spring-loaded, it's different compared to regular pin tumblers. These are nasty. There's a nasty sound coming from the pick, but it still holds very, very good. Made it about 2 years ago from a windshield wiper insert, and once in a while it comes in handy, and still survived. Okay, let's see if the top needs still picking, but I don't think so. Maybe I try with a thicker pick. Yeah, I've recognized that sometimes a little bit more tension is good on this lock. So applying more pressure now on the plug. See if I can convince one or two sliders to slip in place. It's not difficult in the sense that the individual setting would be difficult, so there are no false gates or so, but I've really not yet developed a good feeling. Ah, nice, that was pin 2 on the left side, slider 2. I think there is not much, and now I touched 4 on the right side and it turned even further. So I think we're making good progress now. That was kind of a counter rotation from one of those sliders, which I tried to force out of position, but they are still good, I think. And we're open. Yeah, nice. Yeah, sometimes this is really a fun pick, sometimes it takes a while. So let's take it apart, which is also quite interesting. Don't have to keep it picked, I can just close it. Yeah, we have 2 screws. Let's take them out. This one I don't need to screw out all the way. I think this one also not. Or maybe yes, I don't know. I think I have to get it out all the way. Yeah. So screw it in so I don't lose it. This is just the outer, well, sleeve or shell. And here we have the lock. That's the, well, Bible, if you want to say so, and we have the plug. Let me get a pinning tray and we will take it apart. So what you see here are the holes for the sliders on the top, left side and right side, and on the bottom we have the same. When I push the key in, you see how these sliders, when it's picked, it's hard to get the, when it was picked, it's hard to get the key back in, but now it is. Now you can see how it turns and how these holes here get blocked from sliders out of position. So that's what the lock, what the plug keeps, what the plug keeps closed. What keeps the plug closed? Sorry. And we have the 2 pins here on the top. That's one spring. And that's the other spring. That's the original one and that's my replacement spring. So these are just normal pin stacks. I just tap them out. So here you can see we have the key pin, and this is the corresponding driver pin where the spring goes on top. That's for the top bitting, and the key has the corresponding cutouts here, or the corresponding dimples. Yeah, now to take this lock further apart, you have to know how this works. So you can see it spins freely and the plug doesn't come out, and there is no pin or so, but there is something you can depress through this hole. And the first time I did it, it shot all across the room. So I want to be careful this time. Let's see if this works. I have to push this down then you can push the plug out. I feel it coming. Maybe use this pick here. It's a bit fiddly. Maybe I use this hole here and then I pull at the key at the same time. Now it's coming. You see the clip here, which is spring loaded. I hold it down and now I managed to get it out without this shooting all over the place. Alright, so this is the next part here. Now we have the Bible here with a lot of holes. Pretty cool. Now let's look at this plug construction here. We can see the sliders. And there are the two springs for the retaining clip. Get these springs out. Right. Okay, now to the sliders. These I have not yet taken out, so I'm not quite sure how this works. Let's start with this one. Oh, this is in tightly. Oops. Okay, let's inspect one of these sliders really close. We can see the pin here, which rides in the groove of the key. And then we have the two end parts that interface with the holes here from the Bible, from the outer shell. Pretty cool. So I'm not quite sure if I should really remove all these pins. Actually, I think I don't need to do that. You have seen how one of these sliders looks like. And Tallan Pick told me that getting these back inside and getting the key to work again is quite tricky. So I think it's okay to leave you with a close-up shot here of how it looks like. And we can see the pin here, or the slider here. And I have all different heights regarding the pin. So maybe I get one more out. We can compare it. We can see the bidding then. Looks like they have the same bidding. Okay, another one. Just until we see a difference here. That's number 3. Still the same. But you can see the difference of the bidding is not the position of the pin, but it's here the height. So this, so if you line it, or if you line it like this, you can see how the position of the pin differs. All right, so then we have this as well. Oh, I hope I didn't mess it up, the order. Anyway, Tallan Pick, thank you very much for this very interesting lock. It was quite a lot of fun for me to pick it and to get it disassembled. I will now try to get it back together. Think this will work sooner or later. Yeah, thanks to all of you for watching, and until we meet again, happy picking and bye bye.